So as promised, I have questions about the three-point line this week and,
All right.
and moving it back. Just to make sure I got it right, do you know the timeline? Because I think it wasn't this. This is the first year of the three-point line moving back, but it got changed because of COVID, right? Do you know when it was first supposed to be implemented?
Last year it was for Division One.
Yeah.
But I think COVID rules, budgetary reasons, things like that just didn't happen in some of the smaller schools.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And then you guys have this three-point line move back now. Does that change much of anything for coaching X's and O's, or is it more so just telling your guys, hey, figure it out?
I think it's affected some players, I think, more than others. If you really look closely at it, some of the threes that people take, we're not aware of where we're at on the floor sometimes. We're 2-3 feet behind the longer three-point line, which makes it even harder for some. So I would guess statistically the three-point percentage has gone down somewhat this year across the board, but I'm not 100% sure because I thought it did in Division I last year a little bit. So, but my suspicion is it did drop a tad.
Mm-hmm. You can look at somebody like Steph Curry in today's game, and just how revolutionary he's made the three-point shot. Do you feel like that's kind of the direction that this team is heading as well, this program is heading, or do you, with this group, do you want to find your identity elsewhere?
Well, I do think if you're a three-point shooter and you can shoot at a high percentage, you're a hot commodity. I mean, you can handle it, pass it, and shoot it. I think you're going to find your way on a lot of good basketball teams and be someone that's on the court quite a bit. I think we always look for shooters. There's that balance of athleticism, defense, all the things that go into being a complete basketball player. And shooting's got to be on the top of that priority list. But you don't always get everything you want. As you know, growing up, you didn't get all your presents that you wanted to get, and that's certainly the case in the recruiting process as well.
Growing up, that was me at Christmas this year. That's all I got.
Mike, I was talking to Tyler about just like your last 3 games, just looking at it, it's all been, you lost by less than 5 points in both 3 of those games, Is there something you've really kind of hammered into the guys and talked about, whether it's just execution or stuff down the stretch that, you guys got to fix in order to win these close games? It's a game of inches, it's been a lot of close stuff, but is there anything you kind of identified? Yeah,
there's definitely things that we can control. These last 2 ones were tough, tough pills to swallow. We had them both definitely in your grasp. Had leads with maybe 8 to 10 minutes to go, but just didn't execute what we needed to get done on both ends of the court. I think Upper Iowa scored on probably 90% of their possessions in the last 7 minutes, and that's after us being so doggone good defensively for that middle stretch. I think Upper Iowa was up 25 to 8 or 9 on us, and then we put the clamps on them forever, and we were scoring at will. But then things flipped again. It's a game of runs. It's a game of inches. Maybe not being football a game of inches, but it's one possession games a lot. And the accumulation of all those things add up at the end, and we're just on the short end of the stick. But definitely execution down the stretch, defensively and offensively. Put us in a little bit of a jam there to come on the losing end.
So I want to ask about the three-point line because it moved back for you guys this year, right? So is that taken for you or for other guys on the team? Has that taken any sort of adjustments? That foot back or whatever it is?
No, not for me. I don't really think for our team, but at my old school, we had it at this three-point line, so I'm used to it. And I always say, I always shoot 2-3 feet off the line anyways, so I'm already there.
Yeah, so how many years I was trying to think of that too, how many years did you play with that move back three-point line in Milwaukee? Because I know D1 was a couple years for
I played
just
1 year, yep.
Okay,
With it.
So and then you said it doesn't affect too much with the guys, but how much of that is, or three-pointers, a part of the game, especially in today's game, you see guys like Steph Curry or something like that, but how much of it is, translates to your guys' level of this team?
Yeah, no, it's huge. I mean, it's vital to our team's success, especially with guards like Kari and Momo. They need to be able to drive. So people like me, Travis, Derek, be able to space the floor, giving them driving lane opportunities. It's pretty big. So the more we hit, the better.
Yeah, I'm good.
I was just kind of curious. You guys has been there's so many close games down the stretch. Is there something you guys identify? Because it's like a switch. You guys could definitely be on the other side of the top of the NSIC right now. North, you guys have a couple games like that. So is there something that you guys have identified or Boshee's identified? It's like, all right, this is maybe something that we've had reoccurring problems, or maybe something new every time, kind of down the stretch that you guys kind of want to fix.
I think it's more just execution, attention to detail. I think every game is just like the little things, like the late closeout, or losing your man, or like not running a play right, or those little things, they kind of add up. So I think that's the biggest thing we're trying to work on moving forward, is just getting these little things to add up and not cost us games. So, but
yeah, I just know too. It's like, wow, every time you have those just close loss like that, I guess your competitors, you want to win, of course. How's like the morale still on the team? It's just like you lose. It's not fun, But how has everything kind of been still going, especially this week in practice so far, stuff?
well, that's the one thing that's nice. I think with upperclassmen, we kind of know it's a long season and anything can happen. And I've seen it numerous times. Derek was talking during film the other day. It's like they started like this in multiple years, and they went on 7-game winning streaks. So anything's possible. And how we look at it, like you said, we've lost the close games. A couple of plays different. So how's to say that we can't win 4 in a row close games too? So
I'll elaborate on the close games thing. I mean, the flip side of it, I know you're 3-7 in conferences. Your wins have been blowouts.
Mhm.
Why not win 4 blowouts instead of 4 close games? I mean, I guess that's the ultimate attitude is let's go out here and show we can not only win, but we can knock teams on their ass and beat them by 20, which you have.
And I think that's what we're capable of. I think we know that. Today we were looking at just the stats through our league, and we're top 5 in almost every offensive category, even defensively. But it's the turnovers, I think, that's really hurting us right now. So I think just moving forward, we just take care of the ball. I think wins will start showing. So I think it's just, I think that's what we're capable of. And I think moving forward, we're going to have a lot of really good games.
You've been around a long time. You played at a higher level. You don't have to get into particulars, but what are some of the things that you say to guys when the coaches aren't there, as that emotional leader, as that elder statesman? And how do you go about that?
Got to dig in. I think, it's easy to get down on yourself. Sometimes I catch myself when you miss a couple shots. You're like, oh, shoot, But I think just realizing, just trying to be consistent and knowing that what you do is enough. I think that's, I think basketball gods bless you when you just put your heart and soul into it. So I think our teams do. I think the basketball gods are going to bless us.